Everyone has something about themselves that they want to change. But there's also a lot of things in ourselves that we would never want to change. What if I told you that our parents, before that we were born, picked out all of our traits, and now that certain trait that you love about yourself is no longer in existence? This is the concept of designer babies. It is manipulating DNA to have a more desired look, but it can also prevent diseases. This topic is considered very controversial, and you'll see why in this speech. In my opinion, genetically modifying babies is unethical because it destroys personal uniqueness, it can do more harm than good, and it can also form eugenics. Starting with personal individuality. Everyone was made to be beautiful and different and unique. After editing traits, you will no longer be unique. And at that point, you are playing God when you're editing traits to be more desirable. In an article called Designer Babies Choosing Our Children's Genes, written by Bonnie Steinbeck, published on The Lancet on thelancet.com, says many hyperparents would be interested in genetically modified embryos, but it doesn't follow those who opt for genetically modification would be hyperparents. I disagree with this statement because I think if a parent is choosing the way that they want you to look is completely hyperparenting. Parents are supposed to guide their child through life and to accept for who they are. They are not meant to choose who you want to be, and they are not a barcode at the grocery store. There's already so much judgment in the world today, so why create more? This defeats the whole purpose, and it doesn't do any more good. Why would you want to change what makes everyone so uniquely beautiful? Not only does it damage personal uniqueness, it also causes more problems than fix. Many sources say that you can prevent diseases through genetically modification. In an article written by Fawzan Hashami, published on International Journal of Scientific Research and Management, called Necessity versus Vanity, states that genetically modifying genes can prevent diseases such as muscular dystrophy and sickle cell anemia, which are very, very harmful diseases. However, much can go wrong. This is a DNA strand, and you can see that there are many traits along with it, and they're plucking out a piece of gene. So this article written by Caitlin Mackey called I Search Designer Babies, posted on Murray State University on Writing for Real Audiences project.wordpress.com, states that tampering with genetics leads to mutations in DNA that could lead to diseases like cystic fibrosis. DNA is such a meticulous concept, and there are so many little things in it that can go wrong. Editing the wrong gene can lead to so many problems. In this case, it caused someone to have cystic fibrosis. Referring back to the article Necessity versus Vanity, another case says, impediments to beneficial gene therapy included an eruption of childhood leukemia when viral vector of gene therapy inadvertently triggered a dominant oncogene. Oncogenes are cancer-causing genes, and meddling with the other genes caused this gene that was dormant to be active and now causing cancer. This just proves again that meddling with genes is wrong. So in addition to damaging more genes, causing more mutations, destroying personal uniqueness, it can cause discrimination. Discrimination based on genetics is known as eugenics. Editing these genes to be more desirable is very unethical. In the same article, Necessity versus Vanity states that parents could make a baby tall, smart, athletic. After all, parents would be conceivably want the best for their child and entails them to be at the top. Some people don't have the luxury to edit these genes and have their child be at the top of the line. These parents in this picture are picking between a bunch of different children with desirable traits and how they want it to be. So who's to say that those parents like this trait and another parent likes a different one, and now there's more judgment based off that. It causes so many rifts in the society between the children and between the parents, and it's just morally wrong. In conclusion, there's a lot yet to be learned about genetically modification. Um, there are many positives, there are many negatives, but it can also prevent personal uniqueness, can do more harm than good, and it also forms eugenics and discrimination. Learning about these important topics in science is very beneficial to your life because you never know what is right or wrong until you base your own